Nicole Scott here for Mobile Geeks. I'm here in Cabo San Lucas bright and early because I'm going to be taking out the brand new Audi Q5 and I'm going to be taking the LG with me. This is a content producing smartphone, good audio on the camera, and I'm going to be taking lots of video all around Mexico. So let's get to it. Audi has released the new Q5 and there's a big improvement over last year's model. In fact, from the chassis up, it's an all-new car. We got to test drive the 2.0-liter TFSI, a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine tuned to 252 horsepower. It's paired with a 7-speed dual-clutch S-tronic gearbox. And the new 3-liter V6 TDI, whose 286 horsepower and 457 pound-for-foot of torque is mated with an 8-speed automatic. What makes this drive even a little more special is that Audi is kind of the grandfather of all-wheel drive. They call it the Quattro, and the Q5 still carries that branding. Not hailing from Germany, I've never been on the Autobahn, but I can only imagine it was similar to driving in Mexico, since I drove faster than I'd ever driven before. But the interior always remained really quiet enough for me to eavesdrop on the back seat. The guy on the left is Christian from Audi.
Yeah, I work in chassis design because I have the biggest motivation to influence the car in terms of driving dynamic and driving performance. And therefore the chassis design is the right department to really define the car characteristic. Everything is new in the chassis, especially the suspension system with the adaptive air suspension, the steering system, the brake system, so everything which is related to your driving experience you have when you drive the car. Especially we improve the comfort to a really new level, and therefore it helps that we integrated this adaptive air suspension. But we also worked hard in the last 4 years to improve the steering feedback, how precise it is if you steer in, and also the driving dynamics to reduce the roll angles in curves.
So individual mode is really unique. So we head on over here and we can choose exactly what our driving experience will look like. So we can choose dynamic, auto, or comfort, right? And then the air suspension, which is something that I haven't really experienced until we had the Q5 off-roading, and goodness gracious, great balls of fire, is this thing smooth. I really like how there's a high level of customization with your experience within the car. Now, if only they could know that when I walk up with my key, that's what I want my driving experience to be like. So to connect your phones to the car, we have two options. Here, with my iPhone, I'm gonna actually plug it in to the USB port here, and then I can connect directly using the smartphone interface from the USB connection. Or I'm going to use Bluetooth. You can use Bluetooth for both phones, but let's just see how easily this works. So to connect the phone to the V20, it's basically as simple as turning on the Bluetooth and then choosing the car audio. I had to select pair the very first time, and then after that it immediately connects. Now let's talk about the virtual cockpit, because this is very futuristic. We have two different displays. This one gives you all the traditional car information, and you can actually switch the view. And when you're driving, you can have your navigation pop up. One of the other things that I do really like is this tablet that they've placed right in the middle. It's a bit weird that it's not touchscreen. You have to control it with the knobs down here, but it's quite cool that they have a touchpad where you can write the address names. It is a bit cumbersome not to use this as a touchscreen. I'm feeling very lucky that I got to drive the Q5 all around Mexico. What do you guys think of my drive? And I have some additional content about how the Q5 is made and some more fun videos. So don't forget to check out our Facebook and leave me a comment down below. I'm your host, Nicole Scott for Mobile Geeks.